There's a moment that happens so quietly, you might not even notice it at first. Your dog simply walks over, no fanfare, no announcement, and presses the full weight of their body against your leg. Maybe you're standing at the kitchen counter, maybe you're sitting on the couch talking on the phone, and they just lean, solid, deliberate, like a small, warm wall, deciding you are the best place to be. It happens in millions of homes every single day, and most of us respond with an absent-minded hand reaching down to scratch behind an ear, barely registering what just occurred. But have you ever stopped to really think about that moment? About what it actually means when an animal chooses to press their entire weight against you and hold it there? Because it turns out that simple lean carries one of the most layered, most psychologically rich messages your dog is capable of sending. And most people never fully hear it. Thousands of years ago, long before dogs slept on our couches or rode in our passenger seats, their wild ancestors relied on physical contact with their pack for something far more essential than warmth. In the world of the pack, bodies touching bodies meant safety. It meant, I know where you are, you know where I am, we are a unit. Physical contact was a primal form of communication, constant, quiet, wordless. A language written not in sound, but in pressure. When wolves rest together, they don't just sit near each other, they overlap, shoulders touching flanks, flanks touching heads. The physical arrangement of the group wasn't coincidence. It was a continuous broadcast. All is well. We are together. The perimeter holds. That contact communicated safety in real time, without a single sound that could alert a threat. That ancient code didn't disappear when dogs came to live alongside us. It didn't get replaced by tail wags or barks. It simply redirected. Reoriented from wolfpack to human family. Your dog carries that instinct in their bones, encoded over tens of thousands of years, and the target of that instinct became you. When your dog leans against you while you're standing still, full flank pressed to your leg, sustained pressure, weight actually shifting into you, something very deliberate is happening inside their nervous system. This is what behaviorists sometimes call a grounding contact. Your dog is using you the way a person might grip a railing on a rocking boat. Not out of panic, out of preference. You are their most reliable fixed point, and they are letting their body acknowledge that fact out loud. You might think this is just affection, the canine equivalent of a hug. And in part, it is. But it's actually more precise than that. It's a self-regulation strategy. Physical contact with a trusted person has measurable calming effects on a dog's nervous system. Studies have shown that a dog's heart rate actually decreases during sustained contact with their person. The lean isn't impulsive, it's almost therapeutic. Something your dog has learned, probably through experience, helps them feel centered and settled. Then there's the dog who doesn't do the full press, but positions themselves so that one shoulder, one hip, one small patch of fur maintains contact with you at almost all times. You shift on the couch, they shift. You lean forward, they adjust. The contact point moves, but it never fully breaks. This variation is less about grounding and more about what researchers describe as proximity-seeking behavior rooted in attachment. Your dog isn't just near you, they are oriented to you, the way a compass needle orients to magnetic north. That ongoing point of contact is a kind of check-in, a continuous, low-level reassurance that the bond is intact. It's quiet devotion expressed as topography. But here's where it gets really interesting. Some dogs lean specifically during moments of uncertainty, when there are unfamiliar sounds, new guests in the house, a shift in routine, or even a thunderstorm rolling in from across the county. The lean becomes tighter, more insistent. Their body presses into yours with a kind of quiet urgency. This isn't the dog being clingy, though it can look that way. It's actually emotional co-regulation, one of the most sophisticated social behaviors a dog can demonstrate. They have learned, through lived experience, that your presence has the power to modulate their own emotional state. You are, for them, a biological anchor. The fact that they seek you during discomfort isn't dependency, it's trust at its most functional. Now, there's something most owners don't realize about this particular lean. It mirrors what human children do when they reach for a parent in a stressful moment. The behavior is rooted in attachment theory. A secure attachment figure provides a safe base from which to encounter the unfamiliar world. Your dog is doing exactly that. They aren't asking you to fix the thunderstorm. They're asking you to stay. And then, and to you, his one is worth a small smile. There's the dog who leans on you for what appears to be absolutely no reason whatsoever. You're watching television. Nothing is happening. The world is entirely quiet, and your dog wanders over, plants themselves against your calf, exhales deeply, and appears to go slightly boneless. No anxiety, no agenda, just contact. This is, in its own way, the most profound variation of all, because it means your dog isn't leaning out of need. They're leaning out of simple preference. This is what contentment looks like when it has a physical form. What leaning ultimately reveals is something most owners feel but rarely articulate. Your dog has decided, with full awareness, that you are the safest structure in their world. That word, decided, matters. Dogs don't lean on walls or furniture with this same quality of intention. They lean on people, specific people, usually one or two people who have become, through consistent care and gentle presence, the emotional architecture of their daily life. Researchers call the bond that generates this behavior secure attachment, the same framework used to describe the trust between a child and a caregiver. And this is the part that surprised researchers when the parallels were first studied. The neurological underpinnings are genuinely similar. The same oxytocin release, the same cortisol reduction, the same activation of the brain's safety and comfort systems. Your dog leaning against you is, at a biochemical level, your dog feeling safe enough to fully exhale. There is also vulnerability in this gesture that we sometimes overlook. When a dog presses their body into yours, they are exposing their side, historically one of the least protected areas of an animal's body. This isn't something they do with strangers or with people they merely tolerate. The lean is an offering of trust wrapped in physical form. To lean is to say, I am not on guard right now. I don't need to be. Because you're here. Know that when you feel that weight settle against you, unhurried, deliberate, warm, you are seeing the fullest possible expression of your dog's comfort in the world. You did that. Your presence built that. The next time it happens, let yourself receive it for what it actually is. And here's something fascinating. The benefits flow in both directions. When your dog leans against you, your body responds. Your own cortisol levels drop. Your blood pressure eases downward. Researchers studying human-animal interaction have documented what many dog owners have always sensed. Physical contact with a dog produces measurable stress reduction in people, often within minutes. The heart rate slows, breathing deepens, the nervous system shifts, almost involuntarily, toward calm. This isn't coincidence. It isn't one-sided. Over thousands of years of coevolution, dogs and humans developed something genuinely rare in the animal kingdom. A cross-species comfort relationship. You regulate each other. You are, in the most literal biological sense, each other's comfort objects. So when your dog leans into you and you feel your shoulders drop half an inch and your breath comes a little easier, that's not just a pleasant side effect. That's the relationship working exactly as it was designed to. Two nervous systems, different species, centuries in the making, finding equilibrium in the space of a single moment. So what is your dog telling you when they press their weight against you and stay? They are telling you that you are safe, that you are known, that in all the noise and uncertainty of their world, you are the one constant they have chosen to return to again and again and again. It is an ancient form of language, older than any word either of us has ever spoken. No translation required, just pressure and warmth and the quiet weight of being chosen. They are telling you, in the oldest, quietest language they have, that they choose you. And honestly, after a long day, in a world that rarely slows down enough to feel that kind of certainty, there are worse things to come home to than a creature who has decided, with their whole body, that you are exactly where they need to be. Thanks for watching. If you loved learning about your furry best friend, be sure to like and subscribe for more.